Have you ever been asked the question, if you could go back 10 years in time, what would you say to your former self? I find that to be a very silly hypothesis because the obvious, most tempting answer is always, "Dear past Octavian, here's a long, detailed list of every stupid things you're about to do. Please, for the love of God, do not do that." We imagine that if we could just cut out the errors, our life would be a perfect straight line to success. But is it actually true that we would be better off? Does a life without friction actually lead to fulfillment? I'm a very diligent person and I get upset when I make stupid mistakes. One day I ended up at home with a very large box of coffee pods just to find out that they didn't match my machine. As a form of self-punishment, I decided to give away the box and forgot coffee for 1 week. We have a wonderful local community in the Algarve and I made a post saying that I'm giving away the box to whoever happens to need it. Somebody responded to the ad and the next day I met with them for the handover. To my surprise, they invited me on a boat tour for a few hours to explore the beauty of the Algarve. We went to large after that and became good friends ever since. Turned out that Pedro is also a diving instructor and we started a training soon after the meeting. A few months later, I fulfilled perhaps one of my longest dreams and explored a shipwreck together. All of those things happened just because I bought the wrong coffee pods. That was a very self-evident incident. There is a direct visible correlation between my mistake and a beautiful outcome. Wrong coffee pods, meet new people, went on a tour, started diving, exploring a shipwreck. But it makes me wonder, how many other wrong turns have I taken that led me to exactly where I needed to be without me even realizing it? Is it possible that the things we beat ourselves up are actually the universe's way of rerouting us when we're too stubborn to change direction ourselves? I've had many moments in my life where I was deeply upset by how things turned out. Times when I felt I had wasted months or even years in projects that didn't pay out. For a long time, I actually thought that building this YouTube channel was one of those mistakes, a massive waste of time and energy, until I started to receive messages from random people all around the world telling me they found genuine inspiration in my work. It makes me realize that my failed experiments are actually providing value to people I've never met. Speaking of which, if you find any value in those reflections, you can help this channel tremendously by hitting the subscribe button. It helps me turn my mistake into something even more meaningful. I want to encourage you to think about your own journey for a second. Take a look back of your darkest failure and the silliest blunders. Was there a specific situation in your life where you felt like you had completely failed, only to realize later on that you actually needed that specific mistake to become the person you are today? Did that error open a door that you wouldn't have noticed if you were too busy being perfect? If so, please share your story in the comments. I would love to hear how one thing you thought was a mistake turned out to be a tremendous opportunity. We often feel alone in our failures, but when we share those stories, we see the pattern. I also made a full video about my shipwreck experience, the one I would never have had without those coffee pods, and I will link it somewhere here if you're interested into seeing the proof of where mistakes can take you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the comments.